Hi everyone, this is Aurora from Susan's family. Today, I'm going to show you a blanket from the Wan Sheng Yi motif blanket from Chinese Aesthetics series. This blanket consists of multiple motifs, which are joined together and crocheted with an edging to form fabric piece 1, fabric piece 2, and fabric piece 3. Then, motifs are attached around the outer edge of fabric piece 3, followed by crocheting a border around the entire outer edge. When crocheting, you can start with the central motif of the blanket, and work outward with crocheting and joining. Let's first learn how to make fabric piece 1. It consists of motif 1, motif 2, and motif 3. Along with the edging, crochet each motif separately first, then sew them together in the corresponding positions, and finally crochet the edging around the outer edge for fabric piece 1. First, let's learn the crochet technique for motif 1. Motif 1 starts with a magic ring. Crochet counterclockwise in rounds, working outward. Several crochet stitches will be applicated, and they will be explained in the chart. I won't list them all here. Now, let's show. For convenient watching, I'll demonstrate with cotton yarn. Colors are random. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Let's start with the first round. Begin with a magic ring, then work 1 chain as beginning chain. This will serve as the turning chain for single crochet. The turning chain does not count as a stitch. Next, in the magic ring loop, crochet 8 single crochets. Once completed, tighten the magic ring. Then slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Now move on to the second round. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for single crochet. Continue by crocheting 1 single crochet and 2 chains into the first stitch. As you crochet, place the yarn tail from the previous round above the hook and incorporate it together. For this round, in each stitch of the previous round, crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. Follow this pattern all the way down to finish the round. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch when done. Pull tight. At this point, the second round is complete. For the next round, you need to switch colors. First, secure the yarn tail here. Crochet a chain to secure. Stretch the loop. Leave a 5 cm tail and cut off. Tighten it. This yarn tail will be dealt with later. You can weave them in as you crochet later. You can also follow your own preference. Hide it well following the texture. Continue with the third round. Join the yarn at the chain on the left side of the slip stitch from the second round. Take out the required yarn. Make a slip knot with the yarn. Draw the loop through and adjust its size. This completes the joining of the yarn. The position for joining the yarn later. You can proceed with this method. Next, work a DC5 popcorn stitch. We'll refer to it as the popcorn stitch from now on. The technique for this stitch is, first, crochet 5 double crochets in the position. Since this is the beginning of the round, here, make 3 chains to start. These count as the turning chain for the double crochet. This counts as 1 stitch. Continue working on the chain space below. Crochet the remaining 4 double crochets. Now you've completed 5 double crochets. Enlarge the loop. Insert through the 2 strands at the top of the turning chain. Draw the loop through. Gently pull to tighten, then crochet a chain to secure. That completes one popcorn stitch. Crochet 4 more chains. Then skip stitches and work into the chain space on the left. Crochet 1 popcorn stitch. First, crochet 5 double crochets. Then enlarge the loop, insert into the first stitch and draw the loop through. Crochet a chain to secure. This completes the popcorn stitch. Crochet another chain. Take a look. The pattern for this round is, skip the single crochet from the previous round, crochet onto the chain loop. Crochet 1 popcorn stitch on each chain loop, between every 2 popcorn stitches, alternate with intervals of 4 chains and 1 chain. Follow the instructions and refer to the chart to complete this round. After completion, pick the small hole above the first popcorn stitch, or slip stitch through any 2 strands. Pull tight. This completes the 3rd round. Then secure the yarn. Move on to the 4th round. On the right side of the 3rd round, join the yarn in the chain space with 1 chain. Work 1 chain. Crochet 1 single crochet, 1 chain. In the chain space from the 4 chains on the left. Draw out 8 double crochets and 1 chain. Take a look. This round is worked in the chain space of the previous round, where there is 1 chain. Crochet 1 single crochet. In the chain space from the 4 chains, work 8 double crochets. Work 1 chain as an interval between the single crochet and double crochets. Continue downward following the pattern chart. Complete this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The 4th round is now completed. Then secure the yarn. Take a look. The motif has roughly turned into a square shape. Continue with the 5th round. This round requires a color change for crocheting. For convenience in explanation, I will refer to the first color used as the main color. The color added later will be called the contrasting color. Start by using the main color. Locate the position of the square side from the 3rd round, which is the space between these 2 popcorn stitches. Join the yarn in this gap. Then crochet 1 popcorn stitch and switch to the contrasting color yarn. First, complete 5 double crochets. When joining the yarn here, there's no need to tie a knot. Simply leave a tail and draw the yarn through. Then work these 5 double crochets. While crocheting, wrap them around the 4th round as well. Then pull the loop through from the position of the first stitch. Next, take out the contrasting color yarn. Crochet 1 chain to secure. This completes the popcorn stitch, and the color has been switched. Now, using the contrasting color yarn, on the stitch of the double crochet on the left side, work 1 back post double crochet. The technique for this stitch is, yarn over the hook, then come out from back to front through the current stitch, insert from the left stitch, yarn over and draw through, yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this 2 times. That completes 1 back post double crochet. Then, work 1 chain for spacing. Here, as you crochet, you can place the main color yarn from back to front over the top of your hook to carry it along. This makes it more convenient for the following crocheting. Now, work another back post double crochet. Wrap yarn around the hook. Insert from behind the left stitch. Insert into the left stitch. Yarn over and pull the yarn through, yarn over again, and draw through the first 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this 2 times. Another back post double crochet is completed. Work 1 more chain for spacing. Still, be mindful of carrying the yarn. You will continue to carry the yarn while crocheting chains. Continue working a back post double crochet on each double crochet stitch. Work 1 back post double crochet on every long stitch. Keep crocheting until you reach the left stitch. You have now reached the corresponding position. Work another back post double crochet. Switch back to the main color yarn. Start with an incomplete back post double crochet. Yarn over, pull through the stitch position. Insert into the chain space on the left. Draw the yarn through, yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The incomplete back post double crochet is now finished. Pick up the main color yarn, yarn over and pull through. This completes the back post double crochet, and the color change is done. We will consider the part already crocheted as one group. Continue repeating this pattern for 3 groups in this round. Pay attention, the color change for the popcorn stitch happens when securing with a chain. Next, work a back post double crochet on the double crochet stitch. When crocheting the chain, remember to carry the yarn. And when you reach the stitch on the left side, switch back to the main color yarn. This completes another group. Following the previous demonstration, refer to the chart to finish this round. After completing it, pick up the top hole of the first popcorn stitch. Insert the hook into the top hole of the first popcorn stitch, or slip stitch through any 2 strands of yarn. This completes the 5th round. Next, deal with the yarn tails. Here, the main color yarn also has a reserved tail before cutting. You can hide it along the wrong side of the piece. Now let's move on to the sixth round. Find the slip stitch position from the previous round. Count the first chain to the left. Join the yarn there. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Continue by working 1 double crochet in the joining spot. Then skip the stitch. Work 3 double crochets on the left chain. Take a look. Between the back post stitches of the previous round, there is 1 chain interval. In this group for the first one and the last chain, work 2 double crochets. For the rest, work 3 double crochets. After finishing, skip directly over the popcorn stitch. Continue crocheting on the chain between the back post double crochets. Pay attention that on the first and last chain, work 2 double crochets. For the rest, work 3 double crochets. Follow the pattern and refer to the chart to complete this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch on the beginning chain. Tighten. That's how you finish the sixth round. Then secure the yarn. Move on to the seventh round. Join the yarn with a slip stitch from the previous round. Make 1 beginning chain. Continue at the joining point. Work 1 single crochet. Then start on the left stitch and work 1 single crochet. 2 half double crochets. 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet increase. The technique for the double crochet increase is, work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. That completes 1 double crochet increase. Continue with 3 double crochets. Next, on the next stitch on the left side, work 1 treble crochet, a CH4SL picket, and 1 treble crochet. Start by working 1 treble crochet, yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the stitch and draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this 3 times. That completes 1 treble crochet. Now work a CH4SL picket. We'll call it a picket from now on. Start with 4 chains. Then pick up the front loop of the next stitch, and 1 loop on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch together. Tighten. That completes 1 picket. Continue at the insertion point of the previous treble crochet. Work 1 treble crochet. After completing, continue to work evenly. Crochet 3 double crochets, 1 double crochet increase, 1 double crochet, 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets. Then work 1 front post double crochet. This stitch is worked on the popcorn stitch, from the 5th round directly below. The technique is to insert the crochet hook from the right side gap of the popcorn stitch, and come out through the left side gap. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull through the loops on your hook. The front post single crochet is now complete. Now, consider the part you've already finished as one group. Repeat this group pattern to finish the round. Pay attention, the front post single crochet should pick up from below. Crochet behind the popcorn stitch all the way through. Continue to finish this. Round, then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The 7th round is now completed. Next, secure the yarn. Continue crocheting the 8th round. Note, the insertion position for this round is slightly different. Check the back of the stitches. There is a horizontal line here. For this round, crochet only on the CH4SL picket stitches. All other stitches are crocheted behind the corresponding stitches from the previous round, following that single line. Start by joining the yarn behind the 4th stitch from the left in the previous round. Behind that stitch, join the yarn. Then work 2 chains as a beginning chain. This will serve as the turning chain for the half double crochet. It counts as 1 stitch. Next, crochet 3 half double crochets. Then work 2 double crochets. 1 double crochet increase. Then crochet 1 treble crochet. After completing it, pick up the chain space of the picket on the left side, crochet 1 treble crochet into it, then work 2 chains and 1 treble crochet. Continue by picking up the line behind each stitch, correspondingly crochet into each stitch. Follow the pattern chart and previous demonstration as you go. Finish this round of crocheting. Pay attention to the middle position of one side. Skip 3 stitches like this. Continue crocheting on the next stitch. Keep going and finish this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Pull tight. At this point, the 8th round is completed. Next, secure the yarn. This completes motif 1. You can then flip it to the wrong side. Weave in the yarn tails. Trim any excess yarn tails. In the following crocheting, after completing each motif or piece, turn it to the wrong side and weave in the ends. Measure the width of motif 1 after finishing. When measuring, measure along the side edge. Do not measure through the center. Compare the measurement with the data provided in the chart. If there is a significant difference, adjust the tension of your hands, or change the hook size and crochet again. Pay attention. Motif 1 comes in different color schemes. Refer to the chart and crochet the required amount of motif 1. Next, let's move on to motif 2. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used here include back post single crochet and DC2 bobble stitch. Here, note that the first 4 rounds of motif 2, the technique is identical to the first 4 rounds of motif 1. Refer to the pattern chart and complete the first 4 rounds first. This is the sample swatch after completion. Continue with round 5. Locate round 3 first. These are 2 popcorn stitches. Join yarn in the middle gap. Leave a tail, then draw the yarn through. Then crochet 1 popcorn stitch. After completing it, skip the chain space. On the left double crochet stitch, work a back post single crochet. The technique for this stitch is, exit from back to front through the current stitch. Insert into the left stitch. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull through the loops on your hook. The back post single crochet is completed. Continue working corresponding back post single crochets. Make a total of 8 stitches. Pay attention, for the 8th stitch, exit from back to front through the current stitch, insert into the chain space on the left side, then complete this stitch. After completing it, consider this part as one group. Repeat this group pattern to finish the round. Once done, join with a slip stitch on the popcorn stitch. Pull tight. This completes the 5th round. Secure the yarn afterward. Weave in the ends. Continue with the 6th round. Count 3 stitches to the left from the popcorn stitch in the previous round. Join the yarn at this stitch. Then work a DC2 bobble stitch. The technique for this stitch is, first, work 2 incomplete double crochets into the same position. Since this is the start of the round, work 2 chains as the incomplete double crochets here. This corresponds to the position where the yarn was joined below. Continue in the same position. Work an incomplete double crochet, yarn over, insert and draw the yarn through, yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. The incomplete double crochet is now complete. You have now worked 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and pull through all remaining loops on the hook. The DC2 bobble stitch is now finished. The stitch above to the right is the resulting stitch. Then work 1 chain for the interval. Continue with a DC2 bobble stitch. First, in the same stitch, work 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. 1 incomplete double crochet is now complete. Work another one. After completing both, yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. The DC2 bobble stitch is now finished. Continue with 1 chain for the interval. Take a look. Here it corresponds. On the back post single crochet stitches, work a DC2 bobble stitch. Between every 2 bobble stitches, work 1 chain as an interval. Follow this pattern until you reach the next popcorn stitch. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Simply skip the popcorn stitch. And also skip 1 stitch on the left side. Continue crocheting on the next stitch. Then continue on the back post single crochet stitches. Working a DC2 bobble stitch. Between every 2 bobble stitches, work 1 chain as an interval. Pay attention, skip the popcorn stitch, and 1 stitch on the left side. Leave both unworked. Follow the pattern and refer to the chart to finish this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. Now the 6th round is complete. Next, weave in the ends. Below, we will start the 7th round. First, at the left side of the slip stitch position from the previous round, join the yarn in the chain space. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Continue by working 2 double crochets in this chain space. Skip stitches and work 3 double crochets in the left chain space. Skip the stitches again. And continue working as described. Work 3 double crochets and 1 treble crochet into the left chain space. Then make 1 ch4 SL picket. After completing it, skip stitches. In the left chain space, work 1 treble crochet and 3 double crochets. Continue skipping stitches. In each of the next 2 chain spaces on the left side, work 3 double crochets. Once completed, pick up the popcorn stitch from the 5th round below. Work 1 front post single crochet. After completing it, consider this part as one group. This round is repeated according to the pattern of this group. Continue following the chart to complete this round. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch after finishing. Pull tight. At this point, the 7th round is completed. Then secure the yarn and handle the yarn tails. Move on to the 8th round. Crochet this round behind the stitches from the previous round, working into the back loop only. Start at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Count 3 stitches to the left. Join the yarn behind the stitch on one of the strands. Make 1 beginning chain. Continue picking up the back loop of the stitch. Work 1 single crochet. Work 1 half double crochet. Work 6 double crochets. Work 2 chains. After completing, pay attention to skip the picket stitch. Start behind the left treble crochet stitch on one of the strands. Crochet 6 double crochets. Work 1 half double crochet and 2 single crochets. Then crochet 3 slip stitches. Note that the slip stitches should not be pulled too tight. The strand in the back loop of the middle stitch is a bit lower. Make sure not to miss it. Then work 1 more single crochet. Consider the completed section as one group. This round is crocheted by repeating this group pattern. Continue crocheting this round while referring to the chart. Here, behind the turning chain, there is one strand. You can pick any strand in the back to crochet. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the 8th round is completed. Then secure the yarn tail. Continue with the 9th round. This round is also crocheted on one of the strands behind the stitches. Start with the stitch on the left side of the slip stitch position from the previous round. Join the yarn on one of the strands in the back. Then make 3 chains as beginning chain. Next, work into the stitch by picking a strand behind each stitch with double crochets. Keep crocheting until there is 1 stitch left before the left chain space. After reaching the corresponding position, on the strand behind that stitch, crochet 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet continuously. Then pick up the stitch from the picket loop of round 7, and the chain space of the 8th round. And pull through with 1 treble crochet, 2 chains and 1 treble crochet. After completing, continue on the strand behind the left stitch. Crochet 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet continuously. Once done, correspondingly make double crochets. Keep going until there is 1 stitch left before the 3 slip stitches on the left. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Pick up the stitch and the strand behind the slip stitch. Work 1 treble crochet separately. Then skip 1 slip stitch. On the strand behind the left slip stitch and the stitch, crochet 1 treble crochet separately. Treat the completed section as one group. This round is crocheted by repeating this group pattern. Refer to the chart and finish this round all the way down. After completing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Tighten. At this point, the 9th round is completed, then secure the yarn. This completes motif 2. Measure the width after finishing as well, or compare it with motif 1 to confirm the size. When crocheting the motifs later, always pay attention to comparing the dimensions. This prevents any discrepancies, which could affect the joining effect. I won't repeat this point moving forward. Continue referring to the chart and crochet the required amount of motif 2. Next, let's crochet motif 3. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch technique used here is half double crochet increase. There's also DC 3 in 1. Now, let's show. Start with a magic ring. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Continue by crocheting 2 double crochets and 1 chain onto the starting loop. Treat these 3 double crochets and 1 chain as one group. Repeat to create 3 more groups. After completing, tighten the magic ring loop. Then slip stitch into the turning chain. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Then secure the yarn tails. Move on to crochet the second round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position. Work 1 chain as the beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. Then skip 1 stitch. In the next stitch, crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. On the left chain space, crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. Consider the completed section as one group. This round is repeated according to the pattern of this group. Refer to the chart and crochet all the way down to finish this round. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the second round is complete. Then secure the yarn tails. Continue crocheting the third round. Slip stitch from the previous round. Join the yarn at the chain space on the right side. Make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Continue by picking up a chain space and crocheting 1 double crochet. Then crochet 2 chains. After completing, skip the stitches and 1 chain space on the left side. In the next chain space, crochet 3 double crochets. A CH4SL picket. Crochet 3 double crochets on the left chain space. Two chains. Take a look. Consider this part, starting from this stitch, as one group. This round is crocheted by repeating this group pattern. Refer to the chart and finish this round all the way down. Pay attention. Between each 2 groups, you need to skip stitches and 1 chain space. Crochet on the next chain space. When you reach the starting chain space of the round, continue by picking up the chain space and crocheting 1 double crochet, then make 1 slip stitch in the beginning chain. Pull tight. At this point, the third round is complete. Next, secure the yarn. Then move on to the fourth round. Locate the chain spaces that were skipped in the second round. Join the yarn there. Then crochet 1 popcorn stitch. While crocheting, wrap the chains from the loop above. After completing it, make a CH4SL picket. After crocheting 4 chains, directly pick up any 2 strands above the popcorn stitch and make a slip stitch. Pull tight. Then crochet 6 more chains. This round involves crocheting the stitches into the chain spaces skipped in the second round. These stitches are worked into those chain spaces. Continue on the left side, at the chain spaces skipped in the second round, and crochet 1 popcorn stitch. Then make 1 CH4SL picket. And 6 chains. Repeat this pattern for the rest of the work. Refer to the chart to complete this round. After completion, pick up any 2 strands above the first popcorn stitch and make 1 slip stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the fourth round is completed. Secure the yarn. Pay attention to the chains here. They should be worked underneath the third round. Continue crocheting for the fifth round. Join the yarn on the picket stitch. Crochet 5 continuous DC 2 bobble stitches on it. Between every 2 bobble stitches, work 3 chains as a space. After that, crochet 2 more chains. Take a look. Treat the completed section as one group. This round is worked by repeating this group pattern. Refer to the chart and finish this round. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the fifth round is complete. Next, secure the yarn tails. Below, crochet the sixth round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side of the beginning chain. Make 1 beginning chain, crochet 1 single crochet, then skip a stitch. On the chain space of the 3 chains on the left side, work 4 double crochets. Next, reach the chain space of the 2 chains. Pick up the chain space and work 2 single crochets. The pattern for this round is, in the chain space of the 3 chains. Work 4 double crochets. On the chain space of the 2 chains. Crochet 2 single crochets. Skip all other stitches without working. Continue following the pattern chart below. Complete this round. After finishing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The 6th round is completed. Then secure the yarn. Move on to the 7th round. Locate the picket from the 3rd round. Join the yarn there. Make 1 beginning chain. Continue by picking up this position and working 1 single crochet. Then skip the single crochet from the previous round, and 1 double crochet on the left. In the next stitch, work 3 double crochet increase. Then work 1 half double crochet increase. The technique for this stitch is, work 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. The half double crochet increase is completed. Work 1 single crochet. Then skip 1 stitch. On the left stitch, work a DC 3 in 1. That is, work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. This completes the DC 3 in 1. Continue with a CH4SL picket. Now all the stitch techniques used in this round have been explained. Continue to refer to the pattern and finish this round. Pay attention that some stitches need to be skipped and left unworked. When you reach the middle of one side, crochet on the picket stitch from the 3rd round. After completing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Tighten the yarn. The 7th round is completed. Next, secure the yarn tails. For the 8th and 9th rounds, crochet behind the single line at the back of the stitches. The methods have all been demonstrated before. No new stitch techniques are used. Note that in the 8th round, there is 1 chain at the corner position. It should be placed underneath the picket stitch from the 7th round. In the 9th round, at the corner position, work on the picket stitch from the 7th round, and the chain from the 8th round. Work together on the crochet. For the remaining positions, just crochet in each and every stitch correspondingly. Everyone can refer to the pattern and finish the remaining rounds. That concludes the explanation of Motif 3. Now, all 3 types of motifs needed for fabric piece 1 have been explained. After completing them in sequence, position them correctly according to the chart. Then use the running stitch method, and sew together all adjacent edges. Take a yarn tail more than 3 times the length of the edge you need to sew. Thread the darning needle on the motifs that need to be sewn together. Weave in the tail at the back of the corner position. Pick up 2 adjacent motifs with their wrong sides facing each other. Here, we will sew this one side together. Let's take a look here. Both the stitch and chain consist of these 2 strands of yarn. The strand closer to you is the front loop. The strand farther from you is the back loop. Start from the back loop of the rightmost chain, on the motif where the yarn tail is located. Exit through the back loop of the chain on the far right. Then insert into the back loop of the rightmost chain on the upper motif's edge. Exit through the back loop of the left side stitch. Pull the yarn tail through. Then pick up from the position of the yarn tail on the lower motif. Exit through the back loop of the left side stitch. Insert into the yarn tail position on the upper motif. Exit through the back loop of the left side stitch. Insert into the yarn tail position on the upper motif again. After sewing a few stitches, tighten the yarn tail. This way, the surface won't show obvious visible stitches. It looks more aesthetically pleasing. Continue sewing downward. Each time, insert at the position of the yarn tail. Exit through the back loop of the adjacent stitch. Alternately sew on both motifs. Keep sewing until you finish the edge between these two motifs. After every few stitches, pull tight the yarn tail. After finishing, pick up the next two adjacent motifs. Sew these two motifs together using the same method. Continue sewing this edge until it is complete. Once done, weave in the ends on the wrong side, and fasten off the yarn. This completes the sewing of this edge. Next, follow the same method to sew the intersecting edge. Sew the other intersecting edge in the same way. When you reach the central staggered position, simply sew according to the pattern as usual. Continue following the previous demonstration to sew this edge. Finish sewing this side. Then weave in the ends and fasten off the yarn. This completes the sewing of these four motifs. After finishing sewing the motifs, start crocheting the edging for piece 1. Locate any chain space at the corner position of a motif. Join the yarn there. Make one beginning chain. Pick up the chain space, and work 1 single crochet, 2 chains and 1 single crochet. Continue to work single crochets evenly. Keep crocheting until you reach the spot where the motif is sewn. Now you've reached this position. In each of these 2 chain spaces, work 1/2 double crochet. Then continue to work single crochets in each stitch correspondingly. Let's take a look. The technique for this round is: on the chain space at the corner position, work 1 single crochet, 2 chains and 1 single crochet. Work 1/2 double crochet in each of the 2 chain spaces at the joining point. For all other positions, work single crochets into each stitch correspondingly. Follow this method and refer to the pattern chart to complete this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Then secure the yarn. There are 2 more rounds left for the edging. There are no new stitches used. Everyone can follow the chart to crochet. Pay attention, you need to switch colors for each round. That concludes the edging for fabric piece 1. Fabric piece 1 is now complete. Here, you need to crochet 4 identical pieces of fabric piece 1. After crocheting them separately, arrange them according to the joining diagram's direction. Then sew them together using the running stitch method. Refer to the previous demonstration and explanation to complete this section. Next, let's learn how to make fabric piece 2. It consists of motif 3 and motif 6, along with the edging. First, crochet the required motifs separately. Then sew them together in the corresponding positions. Finally, crochet the edging for fabric piece 2 on the outer edge. Now, let's show. Below, we will look at the technique for motif 6. Motif 6 starts with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet back and forth in rows. Pay attention, some rows are always crocheted from right to left. The new stitch used here is the treble crochet increase. The overall size is roughly half of motif 1. Here, I will demonstrate how to crochet in rows, and show parts that differ from motif 1. Start with a magic ring, then work 1 chain as beginning chain. Continue by crocheting 5 single crochets into the magic ring. After finishing, tighten the magic ring loop. Here, there's no need to join with a slip stitch. This completes the first row. Continue with the second row. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. Turn the piece counterclockwise. Then crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains into the next stitch below. Repeat this pattern until there is 1 stitch remaining. Crochet 1 single crochet into the last stitch. This completes the second row. Crochet 1 chain to secure. Leave a yarn tail, then fasten off the yarn. Continue with the third row. After turning the piece over, join yarn on the rightmost stitch. Then follow the pattern to complete this row. Once done, secure the yarn tail. The third row is now completed. For the remaining rows, there's no need to turn the work. You will crochet from right to left for all of them. When joining yarn here, pick up the 2 strands of the beginning chain. Proceed with joining and crocheting. Refer to the previous demonstration of motif 1. Follow the chart to complete the 7th row of motif 6. Pay attention to the difference in row 5, compared to motif 1. There's no need to change colors. Refer to the diagram for specific color schemes. This is the sample swatch after completing row 7. Note that the sample's color scheme is not for reference. Here at the end of row 7, you'll encounter a treble crochet increase. That is, crochet 2 treble crochets in the same position. Continue with row 8. This row should be crocheted on the strand behind the stitches of the previous row. First, locate the beginning chain of row 7, the strand behind the topmost chain. It's the horizontal part of the chain. Join the yarn there and start crocheting this row. Always pick the back loop for crocheting. Complete this row. That concludes the crochet technique for motif 6. Next, let's look at crocheting the edging. First, take the completed motif 3 and motif 6, and position them correctly according to the chart. Then use the running stitch method to sew together all adjacent edges. This is what the small sample looks like after sewing. Continue crocheting the edging on top of it. The new stitch technique used here is single crochet increase. Join the yarn on the turning chain at the right side edge of the fabric piece. Make one beginning chain, then make a single crochet increase, that is, crochet 2 single crochets in the same stitch. This completes the single crochet increase. The following technique is similar to crocheting the edging of fabric piece 1. Refer to the chart and work until there is 1 stitch left in this row. Make a single crochet increase in the last stitch. This completes row 1. For the remaining 2 rows, crochet from right to left. Pay attention to making single crochet increases at both the beginning and ending. Refer to the chart and finish crocheting this section. This concludes fabric piece 2. Next, we will move on to fabric piece 3. It is composed of fabric pieces 1 and 2, along with the edging. First, place the completed fabric pieces 1 and 2 in the direction shown in the diagram. Then use the running stitch method to sew together the adjacent sides. Refer to the previous demonstration for the sewing technique. After sewing, crochet the edging for fabric piece 3 around the outer edge. No new stitch techniques are used. Next, I'll explain using the actual project. The insertion point for the first round of edging. Start at the corner position. That is, pick up any 2 threads from the seam like this. Join the yarn and start crocheting. Fabric piece 3 is a square shape. For each corner and side position, the stitch pattern and stitch count are identical. Simply follow the chart to crochet. The insertion points on the chart can be adjusted according to the actual project. As long as the distance is not too off, and it lays flat after crocheting, it's fine. When you reach the middle position of fabric piece 2, work 1/2 double crochet into each side of motif 6. Work 1 double crochet into the center of motif 3. When you reach the joining point between fabric piece 1 and fabric piece 2, refer to the pattern and crochet evenly. Pay attention to ensure there are no small holes after finishing. Additionally, note that, after completing one side in the first round, check the stitch count excluding the chains. Confirm the stitch count before continuing to crochet downward. For the remaining 2 rounds, except for the chain spaces, all other positions are worked with double crochets correspondingly. Continue referring to the chart and finish crocheting the edging of fabric piece 3. Move on to learning the outer circle motifs, including motif 4, motif 5, and motif 7. Crochet each motif separately first, then sew the outer circle motifs together according to their positions in the diagram. Finally, attach them to the outermost edge of fabric piece 3. Finally, crochet the entire edging. Now, let's show. Below, we will look at the crochet method for motif 4. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used include HDC3 puff and CH1SL picket. The first round is the magic ring. Crochet 8 single crochets into the ring. It's already completed here. Next, crochet round 2. Start with 1 HDC3 puff. Since this is the beginning of the round, the technique is a bit special. First, make 2 chains as the starting chain. Then, in the first stitch below, create 2 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull the yarn through, then pull the loop on the hook up to level with the right side chain. That completes 1 incomplete half double crochet. Crochet 1 more stitch, then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook once. That completes 1 HDC3 puff. The stitch above on the right is the one you just made. Now, crochet 1 chain. Next, in the stitch on the left, crochet 1 HDC3 puff. First, work 3 incomplete half double crochets in this stitch. Pay attention to pulling the loops. High. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook once. That completes the stitch. Now, crochet 1 chain for the interval. Take a look. In this round, you will work 1 HDC3 puff in each stitch. Between each 2 HDC3 puff stitches, crochet 1 chain as an interval. Follow this pattern to finish the entire round. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. This completes the second round. Then secure the yarn tails. Continue with the third round. In this round, join yarn in the chain space on the left side. Here, the color scheme is identical to the previous round. The sample swatch is not for reference. Make 1 beginning chain, work 1 single crochet, and 3 chains. Then skip the next stitch. In the chain space on the left side, work 1 single crochet and 1 chain. Treat the completed section as one group. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart to complete the round. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The third round is now completed. Then secure the yarn tails. Move on to the fourth round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. In the chain space of 1 chain, work 1 single crochet. Then work 4 chains and 1 single crochet. Work 3 more chains. In the chain space of 3 chains on the left side, work 1 DC2 bobble stitch and 3 chains. Treat the completed section as one group. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart to complete this round. After completion, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The fourth round is now completed. Next, secure the yarn tails. Now move on to the fifth round. Join the yarn in the chain braid on the right side of the slip stitch. Work 3 chains. Then, in the single crochet from the third round below, pick up the entire single crochet, and work 1 front post double crochet. Next, on the left side at the fourth round. In the raised chain space, work 1/2 double crochet, 5 double crochets. And 1 CH1SL picket. The stitch is worked as follows. First, make 1 chain. Then insert the hook into the front loop of the stitch, and also pick up the loop from the left side, and pull through together with a slip stitch. This completes the CH1SL picket. Continue with 5 double crochets. And 1/2 double crochet in the same chain space. Then, below. On the third round single crochet, work 1 front post single crochet around the entire stitch. Next, make 2 chains. On the fourth round's chain space below. Work 1 loose slip stitch. This is the chain on the right side of the DC2 bobble stitch. Carry the yarn across after completing the stitch, that is, pull up the loop to enlarge it, thread it through the yarn ball and tighten. Then, on the chain space to the left of the bobble stitch, on its left side, draw the yarn through. This transitions the yarn tail to the left chain space. The carried yarn on the wrong side should be level with the fabric piece. Do not pull too tight to prevent the fabric from puckering. Take a look. Treat the completed section as one group. Following this pattern, refer to the chart to complete this round. After completion, chain 1 to secure. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. This completes round 5. Continue with round 6. Locate the DC2 bobble stitch from round 4. Join the yarn in the gap to the right of this bobble stitch. Work 1 HDC3 puff stitch. Then chain 2. Continue below at this puff stitch. In the gap on its left side, work 1 HDC3 puff stitch and 8 chains. Treat the completed section as one group. Following this pattern, refer to the chart to complete this round. Pay attention that the chain braid should be below round 5. After completion, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The 6th round is completed. Next, weave in the ends. Then move on to the 7th round. Start by joining the yarn. Find the location of continuous double crochets from the 5th round. Pick up any 2 strands at the center back for joining the yarn. Here, the color scheme is identical to the previous round. The swatch is not used as a reference. Then make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the joining position. Chain 3. Work 1 single crochet and 2 chains on the left side puff stitch. On the left side chain space, work 1 HDC3 puff stitch and 2 chains. Work 1 single crochet and 3 chains on the left side puff stitch. Pay attention here for the half double crochet puff stitch. The stitches may not be very noticeable. You can also crochet into the small hole above if needed. The exact position can be adjusted based on personal preference. Treat the part already crocheted as one group. Follow the pattern and refer to the chart. Complete this round. Pay attention to the first single crochet in each group. Pick up the 5th round of continuous double crochets. Crochet the 2 strands of yarn on the wrong side in the middle. After completing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. The 7th round is completed. Secure the yarn afterward. Now crochet the 8th round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the left side of the slip stitch. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 3 single crochets. Skip a stitch. Crochet 3 single crochets in the next chain space. Chain 2. Crochet 3 single crochets in the left chain space. Continue skipping stitches. Crochet 4 single crochets in the next chain space. Skip a stitch and make 4 single crochets in the left chain space. This round involves skipping stitches and crocheting single crochets into the chain spaces. Pay attention to the corners where you need to crochet 2 additional single crochets. Refer to the chart to complete this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. The 8th round is now completed. Secure the yarn tail afterward. Continue with the 9th round. Locate the picket stitch from the 5th round. Pick any 2 strands to join the yarn. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet at the joining point. Then work half double crochets evenly. Note that you should start on the stitch to the right of the slip stitch from the previous round. At the left chain space, crochet 1 double crochet, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. Then continue to work 7 half double crochets evenly. Crochet to the middle position, on the picket stitch of the 5th round. Pick any 2 strands, and crochet 1 single crochet, then work 7 half double crochets. Pay attention to the insertion point. Don't crochet into the wrong stitch. Continue following the chart to complete this round all the way down. After finishing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. The 9th round is completed. Then secure the yarn tails. Refer to the chart and crochet accordingly. That concludes the explanation for Motif 4. Continue following the chart to crochet the required amount of Motif 4. Next, let's take a look at the technique for Motif 5. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch used here is the HDC 2 puff stitch. Now, let's show the demonstration. Begin with the magic ring, then work 1 HDC 2 puff stitch. This is the start of the round. First, make 2 beginning chains, then work 1 incomplete half double crochet. Yarn over and draw through all loops once. The HDC 2 puff stitch is now completed. The stitch above to the right is its corresponding stitch. Then work 1 chain for the space. Next, work 1 HDC2 puff stitch. Start with 2 incomplete half double crochets. Then yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. The HDC2 puff stitch is now complete. For this round, you need to work 8 HDC2 puff stitches in total. Between each 2 puff stitches, work 1 chain as a space. Continue working until the entire round is completed. Then tighten the magic ring loop. After finishing, join with a slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Secure the yarn afterward. For the second round, crochet into the chain spaces of the first round. No new stitches are used here. Refer to the chart and finish this round. This is the sample after completing the second round. Continue with the third round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position. Make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet and 1 chain. Then, on the stitch from the first round, work a DC3 in 1. Pay attention, here you need to wrap the chain from the second round together. After completing, crochet 1 more chain. Treat the part already completed as one group. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart to finish the round. After completion, slip stitch into the first stitch. Tighten. The third round is complete. Next, secure the yarn ends. For the fourth to sixth rounds, no new stitches are used. Just follow the pattern chart to crochet. Mind the front post double crochet in the fifth round. Pick up and crochet around the entire single crochet from the third round below. The back post single crochet in the sixth round is crocheted into the stitch. This is the sample swatch after completing the sixth round. Continue with the seventh round. First, join the yarn at the slip stitch position. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet. Crochet 2 single crochets in the left chain space. Skip the stitch and work into the left chain space. Work 1 single crochet. Work 1 half double crochet. Work 2 chains. Work 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. Skip the stitch and work into the left chain space. Crochet 2 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet into the stitch. Work 1 single crochet into the chain space. Crochet 3 more chains. After completing, locate the chain braid in the middle on the left side. Pick up the back loop of this chain, that is, the strand on the wrong side. Work 1 loose slip stitch. Every time you encounter this position, work it in the same way. Continue downward and refer to the pattern to complete this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The seventh round is completed. Next, secure the yarn ends. For the eighth round, start by joining the yarn at the required position. Then follow the chart and crochet until you reach the slip stitch position. Here, you will work on the 2 strands that form the V-shaped loop of the slip stitch. There are no new stitches used in the 8th round. Simply refer to the pattern and complete this round. That concludes Motif 5. Follow the chart and crochet the required amount of Motif 5. Now, let's look at the crochet technique for Motif 7. Start with a chain. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. No new stitch techniques are used. Now, let's show. Begin with a chain. The starting chain should be slightly loose here. This is my demonstration sample. It has fewer stitches. Refer to the chart for the exact number of stitches. After completing the starting chain, move on to the first row. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Work 1 chain as an interval on the 4th stitch from the end of the starting chain, which is the 8th chain from the end. Pick up the top strand of the chain braid and work a DC3 in 1. Then, work 1 chain as an interval. Skip the next 3 stitches on the left side. Work a DC3 in 1. Take a look. This row starts with the first DC3 in 1. It's repeated every 3 stitches. Work a DC3 in 1. In between, work 1 chain as an interval. Follow this pattern. Refer to the chart and continue until there are 3 stitches left in the starting chain. Do not work a chain interval directly on the far left stitch. Work 1 double crochet. This completes the first row. Now, let's move on to crochet the second round. Start by working into the stitch below. Crochet 1 DC3 in 1. Then work 3 chains. Rotate the piece and pick up along the edge of the double crochets. Work 1 DC3 in 1. Continue rotating the piece. Work into the second stitch from the right to left in the starting chain, or work into the entire chain loop. Crochet 1 DC3 in 1. Adjust according to personal preference. Here, I'm picking up the chain loop and crocheting. Then crochet 1 chain interval. Follow the pattern of working at each chain loop. Crochet 1 DC3 in 1. Work 1 chain interval between them as the rule. Crochet until there is 1 chain space left. Here, my sample swatch has reached the corresponding position. Pick up the chain space, or the second stitch from right to left. Crochet 1 DC3 in 1. Then crochet 3 chains. Rotate the piece and pick up the edge of the beginning chain. Crochet 1 DC3 in 1. Next, on 1 chain space, or this chain loop, continue crocheting 1 DC3 in 1. Continue crocheting 1 DC3 in 1 on the remaining 1 chain space. Crochet 1 DC3 in 1 on all the remaining chain spaces. Work 1 chain interval between them. Work the entire round following this pattern. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Pull tight. The second round is complete. Then secure the yarn. In Motif 7, there are no new stitches encountered. You will only be picking up chain spaces or stitches. Continue working the corresponding stitches. As you crochet, pay attention to checking the number of stitches. Refer to the chart and finish crocheting the remaining rounds. That concludes Motif 7. Continue referring to the chart and crochet the required amount of Motif 7. After completing the necessary motifs, the next step is to sew the motifs together. First, follow the joining diagram and sew the outer edge motifs together. Once done, sew the inner edge of the outer motifs to the outer edge of fabric piece 3. Note that the circle of fabric piece 3 that aligns with the outer motifs, the stitch count is different, so you need to adjust the insertion position while sewing. Here, I'll demonstrate the adjustment method using this small sample. Let's first look at this side of Motif 4. It corresponds to 20 stitches on piece 3. Note that the edge chains do not count. First, follow the sewing diagram and sew 4 stitches in a 1-to-1 correspondence. This is the first stitch. After sewing 4 stitches, the 5th stitch of Motif 4. Start sewing directly from the next stitch. This is equivalent to skipping 1 stitch. Motif 3 continues with normal sewing. I'll demonstrate the adjustment method again. First, sew a few stitches in 1-to-1 correspondence. Then, at the adjustment point on Motif 4, start sewing directly from the next stitch. This way, Motif 4 skips another stitch. In actual sewing, you can also use stitch markers first. Mark the corresponding stitch count for piece 3. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use paper clips or safety pins as substitutes. After marking, sew it together with the corresponding motif. Pay attention to align both ends properly. Adjustments can be made in the middle section. Refer to the chart for adjustment positions, or make adjustments on your own. If adjusting on your own, try to distribute the adjustment positions evenly. This prevents the fabric piece from shrinking. That concludes the sewing part here. Next, on the outermost edge of the blanket after it's been joined together, crochet a complete border around it. The new stitch technique used is double crochet decrease, DC2 tog. Here, I'll demonstrate the double crochet decrease method using a sample swatch. For the first round of the overall edging, except for the corner positions, work double crochets evenly into each stitch. At the remaining 2 joining points of the motifs, crochet double crochet decreases. The technique is to pick up 2 chain spaces and work an incomplete double crochet, then yarn over and draw through all loops. That completes the double crochet decrease. Continue downward while referring to the pattern chart and this demonstration. Crochet the entire border until it's finished. Up to this point, the entire blanket has been fully explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family. Supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.